Welcome, everybody, to the Unconnoisseur channel. Matt, you mentioned this past week as we reached a milestone with 200-plus followers and, 27,000 hours of viewing. So today is another milestone mark. This is our 10 for 10. We want to just recap real quick the last 10 albums that we've recorded or talked about, and that's taking us from number 40 all the way down to 31 in the countdown to number 1. So this is our 10 for 10. Here we go. In 3, 2.
Who's starting? Who's starting with number 3?
I'll start with George Russell.
Okay, perfect.
Starting off at number 40, George Russell. New York, New York is the title of the album. It was recorded September the 12th and November the 24th, 1968. And it was released March 25 in 1959.
Number 39, we've got Miles Davis plus 19 Orchestra under the direction of Gill Evans. The name of the album, Miles Ahead. That was released on the Columbia label on LP and CD, and it was recorded in 1957.
Number 38, Stan Getz, West Coast Jazz. Came out on the Verve label, LP and CD. It was recorded in August
of
9th and 15th of 1955.
At number 37, we've got Billie Holiday, the complete original American Decca recordings, and it was recorded October 44 through March of 1950.
Yes.
Number 36, my man, Cannonball Adderley. The name of the album is Something Else. It was on the Blue Note label, released on LP and CD. It was recorded in 1958.
Moving in the countdown to number 35, Charles Mingus, The Black Saint and the Sinner Lady. Came out on LP and CD on the Impulse label. It was recorded in 1963.
Number 34, we've got Ella Fitzgerald, Ella in Berlin, Mack the Knife. It was recorded by Verve. It was recorded February of 1960.
Number 33, we've got Duke Ellington, Ellington at Newport, on the Columbia label, released on LP and CD, and that was recorded at the Newport Jazz Festival in 1956.
Counting down to number 32, Jan Garbarek. Afric Pepperbird is the album. It was recorded the 22nd and 23rd of September 1970. It came out on the ECM label, LP and CD. This was the first ECM album we have seen. And I want to say this, Dad, may he announce the 31st?
Yes, I was going to say, Matt, go for it.
Okay. All right. So final one in our countdown today, number 31, none other than my man, Pat Metheny. The album is 8081, and that was on the ECM label as well, released on LP and CD. It was recorded the 26th through the 29th of May, 1980. So Pat Metheny, 8081. Okay. So out of those 10, Dad, do you have a favorite? Do you have something that you're going to go back to continually?
Well, how can I not go back to Pat Metheny?
Okay.
First of all, the Duke, he's and of course Cannonball Adderley, and I'm sure your brother there is going to say Charles Mingus, but that would be where I'd be. Of course, with George Russell. Woo!
Yeah.
New York, New York. That takes me back to some history, which we've already covered.
Right. Drew, what about you? Which ones are you going to go back to?
You know, it's interesting to me because I am going to go back to Duke just for the pure legacy of who Duke Ellington is. Mm-hmm. One of the guys that I keep going back to is Stan Getz. I love that sound. The other one, yes, Mr. Charles Mingus, the passionate man of jazz. There's something about his desired results. He knew what he wanted. He knew that he was going to get it, and he wasn't going to stop at anything to get what he wanted. So I appreciate that passion of his to be labeled as the angry man of jazz. Now, the Black Saint and the Sinner Lady, I don't think that we really gave it justice with the scores, but later I would have. And some of his other albums, Mingus Dynasty. Mingus, did I say it?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And then, I mean, come on. So those will be the ones that I want to go back to. And I think, Matt, what are you going to do?
Well, thank you for asking. It's not that I did not like any of these albums, because I like them all 10 of these. But for me, the Miles Davis Orchestra, Miles Ahead, I will need to go back and redigest that over and over again. For me, Cannonball, Adderley, it's already been something that's a constant in my ear. It comes back over and over and over again, just because I fell in love so much with Cannonball's music. His, not just Something Else, but all of his music.
Yeah.
The week that we did Cannonball. Pat Metheny, I mean, I'm a 30-year lifer fan of Pat's anyways, so I will never ever stop listening to Pat Metheny. So those are the three. But you know what? I learned so much about Ella and Billie Holiday this last 10 weeks. I can't discount their music, and I can't discount them just because they're vocal.
Yeah.
I look back and some of my memories of these episodes that we've done on Billie and Ella, and it's not that I won't put them back in, but it won't be the first thing that comes to my mind.
Vocal jazz was tough for us. Dad, I want to have a question. Is there any album that you wouldn't go back to?
On this list?
Yeah.
No, I can't think of any album that I would not go back to. I will. I'm not going to promise that I'll go back to them, but as they come up, yes, I will go back, and I will not hesitate going back to any one of them.
Yep. Matt?
Well, okay. It's not that I didn't appreciate the album, but for me, Afric Pepperbird is not Jan Garbarek's finest album. It's fine that it made the list. I'm glad that I listened to it, but Afric Pepperbird, and I've listened to other Jan Garbarek music since we've done lots of other that I enjoy way more. So I'll probably stay away from Afric Pepperbird and just listen to some other stuff by Jan Garbarek.
But there's a couple of tracks on that I really, really liked. Blurb, whatever it is. That is so.
I get it. But for me to sit down and listen to the whole album as a whole piece of work, it won't happen. What about you, Drew?
I'll listen to them all over again. I really will. I loved them. And
there's no dissonance there. You got to have some. Tell me an album that you won't listen to.
I won't go back to 8081 as frequently as I would any other Pat Metheny album, just like Jan Garbarek is to you. This album did not speak to me because of my expectations of Pat Metheny.
Okay.
Still Life Talking, come on.
Yeah.
Waterfalls, or Watercolors.
Yeah, Watercolors, Letter from
Home. But Jan, for you, is Pat for me.
Okay.
I don't know that will be my first album, but there was so much that I gleaned and learned from in all 10 of these albums.
Yeah.
Billie Holiday, Charles Mingus got the lowest scores from us, but what would we learn later? And that is those scores may have changed. Now, go back and listen to those episodes, y'all, because that's what we were here for. So any closing notes from any of you yahoos as we got
1 minute left. Let me ask you one final question. Which album out of this 10 would you recommend to the first-time listener? So if you pick one album out of this list, first-time listener, which one's going to be?
For me, it's George Russell.
Okay.
Get your wicket. Got a ticket. Matt, what about you?
It's going to be Cannonball Adderley all day long. Something Else. I mean, the first-time jazz listener, if you want to hear classic, true, this is what jazz music is, it's Something Else by Cannonball.
It's the quintessential cornerstone of jazz. Agreed.
What about you?
First-time listener? That's a long pause for me because I would agree with Cannonball Adderley, something else.
Okay.
I really would. That would be my first go-to. The West Coast Jazz from Stan Getz, just to throw a little different one out there. Again, West Coast.
Yeah.
Cool jazz.
Yeah. Perfect.
So,
Hey.
all right.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This is a quick episode, 10 for 10. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to further your information, go check out our episodes on these artists.
Absolutely. And if you haven't, you can order your own copy of JazzWise Top 100 Albums That Shook the World from jazzwisemagazine.com. This is not a paid promotion. This just happens to be what we did to use as a guide for our journey into the jazz world as new jazz music listeners. So JazzWise Magazine, thanks for helping us out in our learning and understanding about the great American classic music that we refer to as jazz. From the Unconnoisseurs to you, thanks, guys.
Peace out.
Thank you. Thanks.